Okay, looking onto this question. Seven students: Manish, Sabina, Chaya, Dinesh, Keshav, Hafiz, Ragini enters the classroom for different lectures and leave during different lectures. Okay, if you're entering in some lecture, you won't be leaving in the same lecture. You will leave in a different lecture. Okay, depending on their individual interest. But no student enters and leaves during the same lecture, which I have understood. Okay, no one can enter again after leaving a lecture. No one can enter again after leaving a lecture. So if you leave for the class, you will not re-enter. There is nothing as re-enter. Okay, if you leave, then you are done for it. Okay, the lectures are conducted in the order. Okay, so we have this order as economics, then marketing, operation, finance, public policy, and accounting. Okay, always remember this thing that whenever you are doing, whenever you are creating some tables in your, so please be aware that you make these things clean. Why? Because it is hard for you after some time to look into your sheet and then answer the questions, and if you lose some time on that, this is not a good thing for you. Okay, so always try this thing. Okay, why I am trying to draw this table? Because there will be, if the question, from now you will have understood that there are subjects and some people enter and some people leave. Have you understood? Enter the classroom for different lectures and leave. So there will be questions on this only. Okay, so I am writing here enter, and here I am writing leave. My handwriting is not that good, but you try to, okay, do that. I hope everyone understands this. Nice. If you want, you can write subject also. Done. So now I'm using a different color. Exactly three of the students enter during the first lecture. Okay. Dinesh leaves the class during the lecture which falls exactly next to the lecture during which Hafiz leaves. Okay. So done. Rabina does not leave during the same lecture as neither of them. Okay. Ragini is the only one who enters during the finance lecture. Okay, so finance lecture, Ragini enters. Use the initials of the names. Okay, but she leaves along with Chaya after staying for one entire lecture in between. So will she will be, uh, and means, I hope you are getting this point. And whichever point you have used in the table, always try to cancel it out in your, okay, not on your means how can you will do that, but always make this mind that this is used. Okay, but she will leave along with Chaya after staying for one entire lecture in between. So after one lecture she will leave, so she will leave after one lecture, so she leaves at this, and she will leave with Chaya, so she, Chaya also leaves with her. Then no students enter during the operations lecture. Okay, so operation, no entries, and no students leave during the marketing lecture, so no one leaves this, and no one could enter in this lecture because this is the last lecture, and no one can leave in this lecture as this is the first lecture. You should also understand this. Okay, so I'm marking which points I have used. I have used this point also. Okay, so we do not reread this. Okay, Chaya enters along with Hafiz, but neither Sabina or Dinesh enter during the same lecture. Okay. Kesav enters during the same lecture as the students, other two students. So Kesav is entering with two others, so they are three. Okay. But is the only one to leave during the lecture immediately after one when when Dinesh leaves. Okay. So when Dinesh will leave, after that The only one during the lecture immediately after one, the Dinesh leaves. As Dinesh leaves in the next lecture, Keshav will leave. Both Sabina and Dinesh leave during the finance lecture. So this point can also be used. Sabina and Dinesh leaves during the finance lecture. Okay, fine. We have used this point. Manish enters and leaves during two consecutive lectures. Okay, so Manish will enter and leave in consecutive and is seen leaving the accounting lecture. Okay, so now we can plot this. If he is leaving into the accounting lecture, which lecture he has been then he will enter in PP lecture. Okay, so he will enter in this lecture and leave in this lecture. Written now. Manish enters and leaves during two consecutive lectures. So two consecutive, and if he is leaving in accounting, then he will be entering in public policy. Okay. Hafiz does not enter after Keshav. So Hafiz should enter before Keshav or with Keshav. And one more point we have is here this Hafiz enters. Okay. So either K should enter, Hafiz should enter with Keshav, case 1, or case 2 is means they enter with, and then remember this point also. Okay, Chaya enters along with Hafiz. Okay, so Chaya enters along with Hafiz. So, or the second case could be first Hafiz enters, then Keshav enters. Fine. So let's make this up. Let's understand this problem. How many students do we have? Manish, Sabina, Chaya, Dinesh, Keshav, Hafiz, and Raki. How many of them we have entered here? Those who have left. There are five. So two of them will more needs to leave, and we should look onto the leaving points. Who all haven't left yet? So I am underlining who all haven't. M has left, S has left, C has left, D has left, K has not left, H has not left, and R has left. Okay, so we have only 2 points to remember. Those who haven't left. Let's read. If somewhere there is a point given, who leaves first, or Keshav or this Hafiz. Do we have Keshav enters, but is the only one leaving during the lecture immediately after? Okay, so which we can use this point, but is the only one leaving during the lecture immediately after the one when Dinesh leaves. So after Dinesh, Keshav will leave. Fine. Keshav will leave here. Have you understood? He is the only one leaving during the lecture after Dinesh leaves. Fine. We have used this point now. Now we have only one person to leave. So H. H is leaving in which of these? We do not know. We cannot say he is leaving in operation immediately. There should be something given. If he, in which lecture he is leaving. It is operation or something else. So leave here a point is Dinesh leaves the class during the lecture which falls directly next to the lecture during which Hafiz leaves. Okay. So Dinesh leaves here. So which is the lecture then? Operation is the lecture in which Hafiz leaves. We have got this point. Coming on to this, now we have full this leave part. So we do not have to worry on that. We have to only worry on to this one. So in this, no one else can enter. He is the only one who will enter in the finance. We have read this point. Ragini is the only one who enters during this. PP, we do have anything. We need to look into it. We have now how many members need to enter now. So R and M are only entered. Okay. So R and M are have only entered. So R has entered and M has entered. We need to enter these points. So let's look on to this case. Okay, here Chaya will also enter. No? There are three together. So let's look into the entry part. Sabina does not leave during the same lecture as. Okay, so leave we have done. Okay, Sabina does not leave. We have used this one. Actually, that point was not needed. We filled the initials very accurately after before that also. So we need to look into the entry parts. Chaya enters along with Hafiz, but neither Sabina or Dinesh enters during the same lecture. They should not enter to the same lecture. Okay. So in this case, and H and C will be always together. Okay? So H and C will enter. So if they need to enter before Keshav, either the case is that they both of the three enters together, or the HC enters first, means Hafiz and Chaya enters and then Keshav enters. Okay, Chaya enters, but neither. Okay, and this Sabina and Dinesh should not enter with them. Enter during the same lecture. Keshav enters during the same lecture as the other two students. Okay, so Keshav is with three. Keshav plus 2. Keshav is always. So this could be a case, or HC enters and then Keshav plus 2 enters. Okay. So we have left with 5 of the members. Okay. We have 5 of them. So there is a thing K plus 2. So this is 3. And there are other 2. Other 2. So we need to make this a thing. If we use case 1, first I am using case 1. So K will enter with, so he cannot enter here, and he no one can enter here. Okay, let us understand this point. Hafiz should enter before this, huh? In this two only, either in economics class or marketing class, because he is leaving in operations class. Okay, so he cannot come here. So either he is into the first or into the second. Keshav cannot enter here or here, so he also needs to enter in both these two of the classes, either economics or marketing. So the first case is that they three of them enters together. Fine, are you understanding? And the other two who are remaining will enter during these lectures, S and D. Okay, because S and D cannot enter here or here, they also needs to enter in these two only classes. Okay, so this is our case first. What is our case 2? So just remember this, and I am rubbing this part, or now I am looking on to case 2. Okay, so what will case 2 say? Case 2 says that HC enters. Okay, so HC enters and then K plus 2 enters. But there is a thing that exactly 3 and it enters during the first lecture. And first lecture, if I add any one of them, S or D, it is written this Chaya and Hafiz enters along with, but neither Sabina nor Dinesh will enter into the same lecture. So case 2 cannot be done because no one else can enter with H and C except K. So this is the correct order. Okay. Now we have to look onto the questions then. Okay. I hope everyone gets that part. Gets the part then. Okay. Fine. Let's answer the questions then. So first question. Who among the following enters the classroom during marketing lecture? Who enters during? So it is Sabina and Dinesh. Show both A and B. Both A and B. Fine. Manish enters the lecture, which is how many lectures after Hafiz leaves. Okay, so after how many lectures after? So this is Hafiz leaves in operations. Manish enters in first, second. So after two lectures. Okay. After Hafiz leaves, after which lecture? After finance lecture only, na? So there is only one lecture. Okay. Manish enters the lecture in how many lectures after? So it is one then. Okay, after one lectures, he enters. How many lectures are completed in the whole day before Chaya leaves? Before Chaya leaves, okay, so how many lectures are completed? All the above five. So answer is five. Okay, so the answer is in this case none of these. During which lecture does Keshav leave? Keshav leaves during public policy. So, public policy lecture. During which lecture do Chaya and Hafiz enter the class? Chaya and Hafiz enter the class economics. Okay. So, Chaya, okay, it is the economics class. During which lecture does Ragini leave? Ragini leaves in the last accounting. Okay, so accounting. Which among who amongst the following enters and leaves together during the same lecture? Okay, who among the following enters and leaves during the same lecture? Chaya and Hafiz, no, Chaya and Hafiz were the ones who enter together. Do they leave together? No, they do not. Okay, so there is only one case in which they are what? This. They enter together and they leave together. Sabina and Dinesh. Sabina and Dinesh. That's it. Okay. Pause the video if you feel that you do not, it is going very fast. So, okay, take care of yourself. Bye.